Hey, I'm here. Welcome to my channel. Today's racist teacher story is from a reader. 12-year-old Malik sat in the second row of his 7th grade classroom. He gripped his pencil tight. Today was the big history test, the one he'd been studying for all week. Flashcards, notes, late nights at the kitchen table with his mom quizzing him. But still, when Mr. Hendricks, their teacher, began to pass out the tests, Malik felt a knot of nerves in his stomach. Mr. Hendricks paced slowly between the desks, peering over shoulders, making sure everyone was focused on the test. He paused behind Malik, his shadow long on the paper. "You sure you're in the right test, Malik?" Mr. Hendricks said, just loud enough for a few kids nearby to hear. "This one's not multiple choice." Malik froze. His cheeks burned. A few kids snickered. He looked up, trying to meet the teacher's eyes, but Mr. Hendricks had already moved on. After class, Malik stayed behind. "I studied hard for this test," he said, his voice shaking but steady. Mr. Hendricks didn't look up from his desk. "Just do your best," he said flatly. That night, Malik told his mom what happened. She hugged him close. "You did nothing wrong, baby. Some people will try to make you feel small just because they can't see your worth. But you shine anyway." The next week, Malik got his test back. 97%. Highest score in the class. On the front of the paper, scrunched up in a ball on his desk, Malik didn't gloat. He didn't brag. He just looked up at Mr. Hendricks, who barely met his eyes, and smiled. From Mr. Hendricks's perspective, it's likely that there were a number of factors that led him to behave in such a way. Perhaps he'd had a bad morning, or maybe he was feeling overwhelmed by the challenges of his job. It's also possible that he was under pressure to perform well on the test and felt that Malik was not taking it seriously enough. Whatever the reason, his behavior was unacceptable. There is no excuse for a teacher to publicly humiliate a student in such a way. It's important to remember that words can have a profound impact on others. And what may seem like a small, harmless joke to one person can be deeply hurtful and damaging to another. In this case, Mr. Hendricks' comment was not only insensitive, but also racist. By making a joke about Malik's race, he was perpetuating harmful stereotypes and contributing to a hostile learning environment. Furthermore, Mr. Hendricks's failure to acknowledge his mistake and apologize to Malik was also unacceptable. As a teacher, it's important to take responsibility for our actions and model accountability for our students. Failing to do so sends the message that it's okay to treat others poorly and that we're not all in this together. Finally, it's important to recognize the courage it took for Malik to stand up for himself and not let Mr. Hendricks's comments get to him. Despite the hurtful and racist remarks, Malik still took the time to study and do his best on the test, ultimately earning the highest grade in the class. This is a powerful example of resilience and determination in the face of adversity. So, what can we learn from this story? First, we must be mindful of the impact of our words and the stereotypes we may be perpetuating. We must also be willing to apologize when we make mistakes and hold ourselves accountable. Finally, we can learn from Malik's example and strive to be resilient in the face of adversity. Remember, words can hurt and stereotypes can harm, but with kindness, empathy, and understanding, we can create a better world for everyone. Thank you for listening. Please share this story with your friends and support the channel. Your support is greatly appreciated and helps to spread awareness about racism and promote empathy and understanding. Together, we can create a more inclusive and welcoming world for everyone.